Hello, my name is Lynette Barajas, and my mathematician was Karl Pearson. Karl Pearson was born on March 27, 1857, in London, England, and died April 27, 1936, in Cold Harbor, England. When he was a child, he was very sick, which caused him to do most of his early learning from home. He then graduated with honors from Cambridge and went on to become a professor of applied mathematics and mechanics at University College in London. Pearson was drawn to the idea of statistics by Francis Galton's book, Natural Inheritance, which covered the study of heredity. Pearson believed that there were mathematical means of testing the correlation between two phenomena and fitting curves to the data. He later went on to create the chi-square distribution. Then in 1901, he and a colleague, Walter Weldon, founded the journal Biometrica, the first journal of modern statistics. Pearson was a man who, although had a rough start in life, was fascinated by phenomenon and created a method in which we can now identify reoccurrences and future outcomes. Since Pearson was born in 1857 and died in 1936, this places him in three different time eras. The Victorian era was when Queen Victoria of England ruled from 1831 to 1901. The following era was the Edwardian era, which was the period that King Edward VII ruled from 1901 to 1910. The Edwardian era was a period of growth in science, technology, and also rising tensions between the major European powers. I believe that the most prominent era for Pearson was the First World War, which lasted from 1914 to 1918. It is said that Pearson and half his staff served the British war effort in World War I, providing valuable calculations. After the First World War, the interwar followed, and it was not very significant for statisticians. The interwar era was characterized by economic boom and bust and the growth of polarizing ideologies. Overall, these different eras may have motivated the start of statistics, since science and technology were growing and required. Pearson not only made the discovery of statistics, he marked the path which we would be using data and statistics in our everyday life. In our current math class, we are learning about probability. By tossing a coin 24,000 times, Pearson demonstrated the law of large numbers, which states that theoretical probability and the relative frequency get closer and closer together. Another tool he created was a chi-square, which could take data and assess the probabilities and trends. He used the chi-square to test if the death rate of the vaccinated population diverged significantly from that of an unvaccinated one. Pearson also created the idea of standard deviation, which makes it possible to predict the average variance within a set. One final piece of information that Pearson created was the development of the correlation coefficient. It provides a measure of strength and direction of the linear association between the independent variable x and the dependent variable y. Many of the rules that one uses in math to find probabilities was created by one man. Pearson developed these ideas to help not only his studies but also those mathematicians that came after him. Karl Pearson was a statistician who created many of the rules and equations of statistics and probability which we use today. Not only do statistics help us with predicting the weather, but it also helps predict if a sports team will win or how the stock market will do. Pearson's influence will live on and help many people in the future just as it did in World War I. I'm sure that I will continue to apply his results for the rest of the math class and other math classes.